Hi everybody, I am really trying to do some videos these days that are your requests. I asked for some on my Facebook page recently, and as I was going through my video list where I just kind of jot down any video idea I see in the comments section or wherever, I saw that I had a request from Cindy B, and she said, can you do a video called Sweatpants of Makeup, which I've said about certain makeup products that are very easy, very simple to use, and she said, you know, comfy, easy products, all about just simple application. And so I've kept that idea on the back burner for a little while, and I feel like I've kind of naturally come to a lot of products that would fall into that category. Things that don't really require a lot of fuss or touching up, and in some cases things that can be very multitasking on your face as well. So this is a very beginner-friendly tutorial. This is a very, like, I want a pretty natural look to take to the office or, you know, date night or wherever you want to take this look. It's simple, and don't let the red lip fool you. This was just as easy to put on as a nude lip, a coral lip, a brown lip. I show like 4 lip options at the end of the video. But every single product that I use in this video was handpicked for a reason, because I feel like it's low maintenance, effortless, just really, really simple stuff. And you might be thinking, oh, sweatpants of makeup. Do I always love the way I look in my sweatpants? Well, it's not so much about appearance as it is just the practicality of everything and the easiness of everything. And just the comfort, low fuss element to the look that you know about because you were the one sitting here applying it, but other people, you know, you see in the world will see you and they think, oh, there's a put together lady. A put together lady, that's a way to put it. Anyway, I hope you like the video. If the tutorial turns out to be super long, please keep in mind that this does not actually take a long time. Not in tutorial mode. I just, you know, start talking about things sometimes and it takes a little longer. All right, guys, I'm here. You ready for some easy makeup? Let's jump in. This is my IT Cosmetics CC Plus Illumination. If you're really anti-glow, if you've got super oily skin and you know this is something you'd want to stay away from, you could definitely just try the regular IT Cosmetics CC cream, because I really like that too. But I get out a pump and maybe just a little bit more. And then I'm just going to dab the stuff all over my face. And then I think the easiest way to get the best coverage out of this product, if that's what you're kind of trying to maximize, you know, you're taking this step, you want some coverage on your skin, obviously, is to take a full brush, a full dense type foundation-y brush. This is the F84 from Sigma, but there are some other options on the market, and I've got a little set of some other options that I'm going to be testing side by side with these. I'm just kind of dabbing this around on the skin, and the reason why I chose this product is because I think for as little effort as it takes to go around and, you know, just blend this in all over your face, you get maximum impact. You know, I feel like it does a lot for my skin. It takes my whole complexion and evens it out, but it also gives it just this really healthy glow. And then, you know, by concealing, I can kind of go around and further perfect, you know, those certain areas that I need to deal with. Oh, duh, and another really remarkable thing about this product is that that is my moisturizer too. So I had nothing on my skin when I started this, and then just boom, put that on. This is in the shade medium for me, and I mean, if I did nothing else, put nothing else on my skin, just had to run out, this would be just a nice little step to help even things out. Where is my brush? For concealer, I think one of the easiest forms of concealer to work with is definitely a stick concealer, and this is the Almay Age Essentials. It has SPF 20, and I will clarify what shade I have this in because it doesn't have the shade on the packaging. It does remind me quite a bit of like Revlon Photo Ready stick concealer, only I feel like this just has a little more creaminess to it. But I just think it's awesome that I can use this, and you know, I'm pretty dark in my inner corner and stuff, and I can use this as just an all-purpose anywhere concealer. Redness around the nose, you got it. It has the coverage, but it also has this smoothness, creaminess that doesn't make you look real dry. And I also love this because I don't feel like there's just one way you can blend it out. If you just want to use your fingers, I have done that often and it works fine. If you want to use your Micro Mini Beauty Blender, love that too. Or this is like the the P84. This is the baby, poke myself in the eye. This is the baby version of that brush that I blended out my foundation with. This is a great option as well. So you just, you know, do whatever you want because this concealer is just very, very easy to work with. There's definitely a reason why I chose it for this video. So I just kind of do a dabbing motion and the coverage is just great. My voice, to me, I don't know if it sounds different, but it feels a little hoarse this morning, and it's because we were watching the ESPYs last night, and they did a little package on Cleveland and LeBron and stuff, and there's a part where, do you guys remember after Cleveland won the NBA Finals, and LeBron just shouts, "Cleveland!" And except it's really loud. It's not like one of those fake shouts, but I'm not gonna wake up the whole house this morning. And ever since that was uttered by LeBron, like Bub and I have joked about it. Like I'll just randomly shout out, "Cleveland!" And last night we were doing it and Belle was still up and she was just like, she was trying to say it too and just having an absolute blast, laughing her head off as we were just going back and forth with that. But then I wake up this morning and the back of my throat actually feels scratchy. I mean, if you've seen any sort of montage or story of, you know, the Cavaliers winning, that's probably been included. He shouts it with the most, like, passionate roar that I could even imagine a person saying or shouting a word with. All right, next, little bit of powder. See, we've got a decent glow on our skin and I don't want to take all that away, but I do happen to know that I like a little setting powder on the under eye, so I'm using one of my dollar store finds. This is LA Colors. This is the color Nude. Just a nice little mattifying powder. I decided to use something different from Milani Multitasker today because that one is kind of hard to find. And this is about things being easy. So you could run into your local Family Dollar or wherever your LA Colors stuff is sold and grab this. I'm just using the e.l.f. small tapered brush and I'm just giving this product a nice little dab right there on the under eye. And you've got to be a little bit in tune with your skin here and know, where do I need a little bit of setting powder? And where's the minimum that I can get away with it? For me, I know I want it up in this area, and I want it down the nose, sides of the nose, a little bit around the mouth, and also just a little bit in the center of the forehead. And that, to me, I feel like can create a makeup look that will last. I won't be feeling the need to be constantly touching up. And that helps out for the easy sweatpants of makeup philosophy in this video. Next, this guy. I mentioned this in a video about multitasking palettes, and this was one of the closest things to that Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a palette. It was this guy because it has some eyeshadows in it. It has a blush, well, like a couple of blush shades or like kind of a neutral, a little bit bronzer-ish shade, and a couple of great highlights up top. And I think this would be a nice little gift for someone who is just starting out with makeup. It's called Book of Beauty Minimal Makeup, No Makeup Makeup. That's what the little label on the Mac says. And part of why I love this is because I don't think you can go too far wrong with any of these colors. You know, the blush is not too bold, but it shows. The highlights are glowy, but you know, they're not insane. So what I'm first going to do, and I've got this Sonia Kashuk number 29 brush. This is a little bit fuller than like my Milani blush brush, and I'm going to use this for a few different things because I think it can do blush. It could do a little bit of, you know, some bronzer type stuff. And I'm going to take this shade that looks like a borderline bronzer or a neutral blush, and I am just going to dust that lightly kind of on the temples, around the hairline a little bit. This is going to be just the most subtle thing. I'll take it just a little bit lower on the cheek area right in here. This is not a full-on contour, guys. This is just like easy, you know, just adding a bit of dimension to the skin. Then our matte peach blush. We're going to use that, and that's going to be our blush right here. Kind of focusing it on the outer part of the apple of the cheek and sweeping upward. This is a subtle blush, but it's very pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous. But I kind of wanted to include something in this video that I didn't feel like people could go too far wrong with, you know? Just really simple. And if you're a little deeper skin tone, I would straight up use that color probably as your blush. Go back to my little bit smaller e.l.f. small tapered brush. You've got two highlighting options here. The white is going to be a little more pronounced, and then this sort of like beigey type of highlight that's a little more subtle, and I'm going to go for that today. Tap off any excess and just brush this right here on top of the cheekbone area. No big whoop. You're not gonna go too far with this product. It's subtle. Then after I do those basic face steps, I will take my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist and just give myself just a few mists, kind of let it fall onto the face. And I feel that that really takes away any amount of powdery look to the skin. It just takes that makeup and makes it kind of go you know, skin. Now for brows, I have kind of an interesting little brow find here. From the purchasing a brow product standpoint, I think this is as easy as it gets, because you could buy this and have like 3 products in one. So I think it's very easy from that standpoint. You know, it's a few little steps once you actually put it on your brows, but it's this. This stuff is sold together, and it's the Eye Booster 4-in-1 Brow Boosting Kit. And you get a brow fill-in shade, you get a highlighter, underbrow highlight. You have this little like brush tool here, and then also a tinted gel to go over the top. So it's very all-encompassing if you're really not wanting to think too much about it. Now this pencil, I don't normally like larger, you know, size pencils for the brow area. However, this is one that you can sharpen. Like Maybelline put out that big old pomade stick, and it's like, okay, this is nice for the first few uses, but what's going to happen when that wears down? With this, you know, this is a sharpenable pencil. You'll just use the larger hole in your duo sharpeners that you might have. But the shade, for me, like, I can just very quickly dab this kind of a thing over my areas that need a fill-in. Now, if you feel, you know, you've got to be much more careful with your brows because you've got to do a lot more work on them, you know, recreate a brow perhaps, I would suggest maybe something with a finer tip where you feel like you have even more control. So I love NYX Micro Brow. I've been trying those L'Oreal little brow pencils that are like the size of a NYX Micro Brow or an Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I do like those as well. For my brows, I can wear that medium shade that comes in, and it seems to work nicely. So, you know, you got to kind of know your own situation, but I just wanted to throw this little guy out there for somebody who maybe has a few places they need to touch up their brows with, and they don't want to go purchasing just a bunch of different products. You can just buy one thing that's got a lot in it. And can I just say that anytime I'm talking in a video and I'm doing my brows, I always take longer. Like, I'm fascinated whenever I go back to edit a video. I'm like, why did I spend so long with my brows? I never take that long with my brows in real life, but it's just because I'm talking and I'm not even really thinking. So once I do that fill-in side, I'll just take the little brush for a second and kind of make sure everything's evenly distributed. And then you can just use this little neat highlight thing, which reminds me of, I don't know, Too Faced has a product like this, Benefit has Highbrow. It's super creamy. You could really get a defined, nice, cleaned up edge to your brow using something like this. But I just kind of dab it under there and then blend it out with my fingers. You could use a brush for this also. And it says Universal Brown on the gel end. And this isn't one of those like super heavy duty gels where like it's not like Benefit Gimme Brow where you could possibly use that product all on its own because it's got a lot of color in it and a lot of added thickness. This is just a lightly tinted gel. That's all it is. Now for the eyes, I know I want to do a little brightening on that lower inner rim. I've got my Milani Shadow Eyes in Almond Cream. This is one of the best things I think for lower inner rim. You can use it so many other ways, not just on the lower inner rim. This could be an underbrow highlighting product. This could be an all over the lid neutralizing type base. Then all over the lids, I'm going to use a little cream product here that is just so easy, wears well, just super low maintenance. And it's the Maybelline Color Tattoo Stick, and it's the one in Bronze Truffle. I am going to draw this all over my lid. I am also going to draw it up into the crease. And what makes this so dang easy is that I'm literally going to, you know, shape this eye look exactly where I want it. So I'm going to, where I want that shape of the outer V, I'm just going to pull it up right there, you know? Easy. Okay, is everything covered? Boom. Before it has a chance to set, it eventually will, but these are a little bit like thinner and creamier than a regular color tattoo in the pot. But then I take this Real Techniques base shadow brush, but I just kind of lightly blend over the edge of that product and maybe kind of get it into the crease so you make sure nothing, not too much product is settling there. But it's an easy blend, and then boom, you've got lid shadow, you've got crease shadow, and it could not be easier. You've already used your brow product to get a little bit of a more finished look happening under the brows. And they've got some other pretty shades, you know, you could play around with, but this is definitely the most, like, if you didn't know what you were wearing, if you didn't know what lip color you were gonna do, this would work with absolutely anything. And just kind of think, okay, what basic shape am I going for here? Do I want just a little bit of a outer V blend? It's just the perfect tone because it's not too dark and you can't go too far wrong. And then a little synthetic brush is all you need here. Even like one of those brushes like I use for concealer, one of those would be fine for this sort of step too. And then if you decided, hey, I got a little more time on my hands, I'm gonna do something a little more complex, use that as your base, your long wearing cream shadow base, and then go into your Pixie palette and you could, you know, do a little added pop on the lid or something more dramatic in the crease, you know, you be the judge. And I'm going for more like wide awake, super brightened look, but you could also easily take this stick and go on the lower lash line and get more of a smoky liner effect. Now for your upper lid liner, these liners are as easy as they come, and yes, they're Smashbox, so you're gonna pay maybe a little bit more for them, but if you hate having to sharpen a liner and you also hate how retractable liners can sometimes get a dull tip, these Always Sharp liners are the way to go. And I wanted to just recommend a couple here. I've got Penny Lane, which is a kind of a deep shimmery bronze, and it's nice for very subtle, easy liner. Like this is probably the easiest because there's just, even if you do mess up a little bit, it doesn't really show that much. And then Sumatra is a nice deep chocolatey brown, and this gives a little more definition, but either one is nice. Yesterday I was playing around with the Penny Lane a little bit more, so I think I'll do Sumatra today. But you twist the top, and every time you twist it, you get a nicely formed pointed tip like it's brand new out of the package. And how long have I had this little thing in the corner of my eye? Wonderful. But I just love how this liner gets right in there. You know, our upper lid tends to, you know, right before it hits your lashes, there's a curve to it. And sometimes liners don't always hit that little area that they should get to, you know, that gets right in next to the lashes. So this is great for that. And then if you want that to appear more smudgy right after you put it on, you could just go over it with a Q-tip to soften it a bit. Next up, I'm going to curl my lashes, and I love my regular CoverGirl Supersizer. If there's one I could recommend, it would be that one, but I am almost to the point of using this Fibers one up. So I've like tried to be using this one every day this week because I feel like it's on its last legs, but you know, either one will get the job done. And I just apply a couple of coats of this to my upper lashes, and I'm actually gonna just leave my lower lashes for this look bare. I have found when I'm doing the really natural looks, keeping the emphasis on the upper part of the eye really does help you look a little bit more awake. But check it out. I mean, for me, that's a pretty big lash for just mascara. So I love my Supersizer. And then I'm just gonna curl the other side, and I always curl and then immediately put mascara on, almost like I just used a curling iron on my hair and then I'm gonna spray it with something, you know, that's kind of the mentality. Okay, so face is done, eyes are done. It would not be a sweatpants of makeup video if I didn't bring in the original product that years ago I referred to as the sweatpants of lipstick, and that is the Neutrogena MoistureSmooth Color Sticks. These are so comfortable. They are the most hydrating thing that Hey, excuse me. I remember a few years ago visiting North Dakota in the middle of winter, and I had one of these on my lips the whole time, never got chapped. And dryness and chapping happens in the summertime too. These are so low maintenance, they feel fabulous on the lips. I absolutely love these, and there are a lot of great colors, so I wanted to actually show you how different shades will transform the look, because this is just a one-step thing. Whether you go bright, it's just as easy as going light with one of these. But I wanted to show you the pink nude. You know, this is going to be your softest option from this line, I think. Really natural and easy. And then if you like something with a little more brightness, kind of a coral pop for the summertime, Fresh Papaya I think is beautiful. This is one of the originals that released. If you like a deeper neutral, Brown Berry, I think this is beautiful, and it's also really nice combined with pink nude. And then as I sit here, I want to pop on Cherry Pink, and this is one of the full glam, you know, bright shades. Look how one swipe, the fullness of the color, that it does stay in place, and it feels so good. Like, if you've never tried a Neutrogena makeup product, this needs to be where you start, I tell you what. Absolutely transformative for a natural look that everywhere else, you know, it's just about healthy looking skin, very simple eye. You pop on that pinkish red lip and you are just set to dominate the day, right? But thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Thank you so much, Cindy B, for the request of a full face of super comfy, easy, low maintenance makeup products. I hope this is what you were looking for, and I hope this helps others as well. I love hearing your video requests, so please leave those in the comments section. You can also hit me up on social media for any of those ideas. I really love to hear what you want to see, and so many of, I think, the best ideas on this channel have come from viewer requests. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.